Let me know.
Yeah, there's room.
I will.
Simone, you want to?
No, I'm good.
I'll come visit. Yeah, me too.
Oh, sure,
Look who, yeah.
Let's see.
We got the
No,
times on.
I
Yeah.
like to try it.
Mary.
So, everybody,
Yeah.
we're here
I
today.
don't know whether I
I
like
can
it
do
that
many
much.
dogs.
Okay,
Kids.
he's starting here. Attention.
Dearly beloved.
You
Oh,
take the
listen,
whole thing.
other ceremony. Keep on
How
forgetting.
many do you make?
So, this all originated because of Margot.
Really? No, indirectly.
Indirectly, due
Indirectly.
to Margot. Well, actually, it originated due to Stefan and Simone, who had the good sense and good fortune, and I hope a lot of fun, of producing this one. Who's sitting in front of you. And,
Maybe this one.
but to actually have, the ceremony actually was because of you, Mario, because you took us to this wonderful
Oh, yeah.
naming ceremony in Rehoboth about 6 months ago, maybe 5 months ago. You may remember that, and I had never been to such a ceremony before, but it was really very nice. Sort of a secular ceremony, welcoming the child of one of her friends, a friend. And Sandy and I were very impressed with it and thought it would be fun when we realized what's going on, and then we had a similar circumstance happening in our family, that we would do the same thing. And so we waited for Christmas Day today. And to suggest having this, because everybody would be here that had a stake in Greta and Ness. So it's sometimes called Greta. Sorry.
Great.
Oh, it's going to be so hard living with us.
Everyone.
Okay, maybe he should say her name once because this all is about her. For everyone to hear and remember because.
The way it's how would you like it? How is it said?
Oh, I say it?
Yeah.
Well, we say the R, the American R differently. We say Greta.
Great.
So it's
Great.
Greta. Greta and Ness. So
With
actually,
the emphasis on the great as opposed to the Taj, which I think
Great.
is
Great.
Go on.
no, but actually, so sometimes these things are, there's different kinds of ceremonies. And naming is one name for them, but welcoming is more welcoming, is how I sort of envision this more than anything else. And so, but part of the naming thing is how you possibly got the name of the Greta, and is how you came upon that. And how was that? What made you think that?
Well, I can tell you when this happened. We had names on the list prior to that, and I was unable to convince Simone to come while she was pregnant. Or I was foolishly asking her to come to a camping trip in mid-July.
3 weeks before my due date.
3 weeks before my due date. So,
To go camping.
Far away?
Up in the Sierras.
3-hour trip up in the Sierras, and I sort of had this quiet spiritual moment, I guess, driving back from the mountains, that I reviewed in my head the names, and I all of a sudden it came to me, oh, Greta. It has to be that.
And of course
That's all I can say now. And then I've convinced her eventually to agree.
I objected absolutely to Greta. And I thought it was a horrid sounding name. And then I thought it through, and he was very insistent on it. And he thought it through, and I thought it through, and then I said, okay, you know what, it's up there near the top. I kind of am liking this name now. But when she was placed in my arms, literally within about 30 seconds of looking at her properly, I realized that she's Greta. And it just went through my head.
Great.
Great.
And so I kept that a secret for a little bit to make sure it was real, but basically since we didn't name her right away, that's how I said, yeah, she's Greta. And then Inez That was one of the names I think I came up with at some point. I was just looking in a baby book and I thought it's such a pretty name.
Mm.
And I think we had talked about last names and I had written it down at some point and I never really took it that seriously as a name, but when we decided on Greta Menzies Spector, Stefan also realized that aesthetically she needed another name in there and something short and sweet and pretty was just with the Dr. Woodard.
Yeah.
So that's
Sounds
why
great.
we chose that to be one of her middle names.
And you also said very California.
Well, it was to me it was a Spanish name.
Spanish influence.
Spanish name was also, thank you for reminding me, yeah. I wanted something to tie her, just, it was sort of Spanish and California is Spanish, so.
What is the second name?
Her name?
Inez.
Mimi,
Yes.
Mimi, do we have to take you to Kaiser?
I think the girl has definitely got some teeth.
She's got some teeth in there.
It's been infected now.
But she likes you to do that, just
Yeah.
keep.
So
That makes her
anyhow,
happy.
so this is a welcoming ceremony, and for people to sort of say their piece about to welcome Greta Inez and also to say what expectations are, and this is her group welcoming to the world, but also to our extended family
On her mom's side,
on everybody's side, and
we love the Menzies too,
including
been here.
Cunio's and Kelly's and the Saccatos and the Spectors. Everybody's.
Don't forget the Kellys.
And I guess, we said them twice already. So people have some things to say, some poems they like to discuss, talk about. And so Margot, would you say something?
Because you're the matriarch.
Because
You're
I'm supposed to do the German version,
yes, you
right?
are.
Which of course you will all love it.
That's that's all right.
Yeah.
We'd like
But
that.
she's gonna learn it, so she's gonna be fluent in German too, so she'll
Well,
okay with that.
let me,
Yeah.
I wrote down 3 sentences so you won't fall asleep. I can't remember exactly what I did.
Mimi, let her find.
I am.
Let her bite.
Very
Wants
German.
to
Endure the
fight.
pain. This is,
Can fight.
Oh, I think I
she's
got it.
Maybe
she's not.
teething.
She might,
She is.
She might need a sling ring or something.
where's that one over there?
Thank goodness I
Should-
brought that.
Should it be frozen?
It was.
Yeah, but it's too late now.
Should it be hard?
It's,
All
It's
right.
cold, that might
Here's the old German version.
Okay, Greta.
When you say old version, what do you mean?
Here's
Old
your
German.
grandmama.
Well, the best we can do. Liebe Baby Ines, Greta. Ja, you got it. Greta. Sei willkommen in unserer Welt. Well, you get it.
Who is it?
Sei willkommen in unserer Welt. Möge dein Leben dir Gesundheit schenken. Good health may give you. Freude und Liebe bereiten. Und dir die Stärke geben, dein Leben täglich zu genießen und mit Erfolg zu leben. Schluss.
So what
You
does
got
it
it.
mean?
What it means is, we welcome you into this world. May your life give you good health, joy, and give you joy and love, and may it give you strength that your life to enjoy on a daily basis, and the strength to live with success.
That's great.
Very
Beautiful.
nice.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
So
Thank you. That's great.
I'm afraid she wasn't paying as much attention.
Well, nothing unusual about that.
Chef listener.
She was hung up on good food somewhere.
Yeah. Would you understand it, Stefan?
Sandy?
Well, I just have a little poem that everyone's familiar with, but I think it's a good message to the new mother and father. It's the Cahill Gibran on children. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backwards, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrow may go swift and far. Let your bendings in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable.
We're going more or less in order. Steve?
Age.
Steve or Charlotte, either one?
Well, Steve,
You go first.
well, this is from Shakespeare. And it's changed a little bit, but who is great thou? What is she that all our swains commend her? Holy, fair, and wise is she, that heaven such grace did lend her, that she might admired be. Then to Greta let us sing, that Greta is excelling. She excels each mortal thing upon the duller dwelling. To her let us garlands bring.
Wow, that's Lily.
William Shakespeare wrote it.
She's kind of good.
That's pretty good.
Who's next? Steve?
Okay. Now, I have,
Was
Oh,
gonna
you've got 3 pages, oh no!
she was gonna read all of
Many
Coleridge.
birds in there.
the Coleridge poem that you're not gonna have to listen to.
I got her Patsy right here. She's
Had birds.
We meant Steve, no notes on this. No
But I have
notes
to
and no
read
references.
it's not memorized.
Okay.
This will require some
Who can remember?
some
You
personification
want me to
of my
fill in
voice.
with the boob and Adam while you prepare?
I would like to hear it.
No,
Later,
maybe
after
later,
dinner.
if it's requested.
This is still appropriate because this is just the famous poem that you all actually have heard and know. It's from William Blake, Songs of Innocence. It's called The Nurse's Song, and she's still innocent, so we can. So it will have the nurse's voice, the children's voice, and then the nurse's voice, and a narrator. So. When voices of children are heard on the green, and laughing is heard on the hill, my heart is at rest within my breast, and everything else is still. Nurse's voice. Then come home, my children, the sun has gone down, and the dews of night arise. Come, come, leave off play, and let us away, till the morning appears in the skies. Children. No, no, let us play, for yet it is day, and we cannot go to sleep. Besides, in the sky the little birds fly, and the hills are covered with sheep. Nurse, well, we'll go to play till the light fades away, and then go home to bed. And the little ones leaped and shouted and laughed, and all the hills echoed.
Very sweet.
Thank you.
I think it's Mimi.
Okay, me.
You're on me.
Alright,
Here, I'll take over
okay.
squishing
She's
Judy.
liking this.
Yeah.
Alright, this is to my darling Greta. This is my dream for you, Auntie Michelle. This is, since I've been in India and we have many lives, possibly, this is my dream. I was born in the Congo. I walked to the Fertile Crescent and built the Sphinx. I designed a pyramid so tough that a star that only glows every 100 years falls into the center, giving divine perfect light. I am bad. I sat on the throne drinking nectar with Allah. I got hot and sent an ice age to Europe to cool my thirst. My oldest daughter is Nefertiti, and the tears from my birth pains created the Nile. I am a beautiful woman. With a packet of goat's meat and a change of clothes, I crossed it in 2 hours. I am a gazelle so swift you can't catch me. For a birthday present when he was 3, I gave my son Hannibal and the elephant. He gave me Rome for Mother's Day. My strength flows ever on. My son Noah built new ark, and I stood proudly at the helm as we sailed on a soft summer day. I turned myself into myself and was Jesus. Men intone my loving name. All praises, all praises. I am the one who was saved. I sewed diamonds in my backyard. My bowels delivered uranium. The filings from my fingernails are semi-precious stones. On a trip north, I caught a cold and blew my nose, giving oil to the Arab world. I am so hip, even my errors are correct. I sailed west to reach east and had to round off the earth as I went. The hair from my head thinned, and gold was laid across 3 continents. I am so perfect, so divine, so ethereal, so surreal, I cannot be comprehended except by my permission. I mean, I can fly like a bird in the sky. Woo!
Very
So live up to it.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No
experiment.
expectations.
I was much
I think
more
it's
modest.
Alice's turn.
I think it's 4 languages now, not just 3. Ally?
Ladies of light and ladies of darkness, and ladies of never you mind. This is a prayer for a blueberry girl. First, may you ladies be kind. Keep her from spindles and sleeps at 16. Let her stay waking and wise. Nightmares at 3 or bad husbands at 30. These will not trouble her eyes. Dull days at 40, lost friends at 15. Let her have brave days in truth. Let her go places that we've never been, trust and delight in her youth. Ladies of grace and ladies of favor and ladies of merciful night. This is a prayer for a blueberry girl. Grant her your clearness of sight. Words can be worrisome, people complex. Motives and manners unclear. Grant her the wisdom to choose her pathway, free from unkindness and fear. Let her tell stories and dance in the rain, somersault, tumble, and run. Her joys must be high as her sorrows are deep. Let her grow like a weed in the sun. Ladies of paradox, ladies of measure, ladies of shadows that fall. This is a prayer for a blueberry girl. Words written clear on a wall. Help her to help herself. Help her to stand. Help her to lose and to find. Teach her we're only as big as our dreams. Show her that fortune is blind. Truth is the thing she must find for herself. Pressure and rare as a pearl. Give her all these and a little bit more. Gifts for a blueberry girl.
Very nice.
That was by Neil Gaiman. He was the godfather of Tori Amos's child, a musician.
Oh, those 2 thoughts.
We'll try this magic.